Hi, I'm Sarah Michelle, and I am here to talk about the iconic Buffy Summers.
Was it?
I do remember my first day, but that's not my first day.
No, I know.
Okay, I was like, are you trying to trick me? I know that's not my first day. Yeah, I mean, just a lot of nerves, I think, would be the main, it was a show based on a failed movie on a network that most people didn't know. So I knew that there was going to be a big, steep mountain to climb. I think the funny thing about that one is that people wouldn't even know what beat me means anymore. But I had the best pager. When I first moved to LA, I got a pager, and my phone number was 2020201. I thought it was the greatest phone number ever. I was so sad when pagers went away. I knew there was something when I read the script that this was going to be different. You don't know if it's going to hit the way you hope, but I definitely knew I had never read anything like it. The first season was hard. A lot of people didn't watch it. It hadn't really found its footing. I think it was between seasons 2 and 3 when we realized that we were going to be able to sort of transcend that and be able to sort of fly from there. So I would say that was probably when. Oh, the body. That was a difficult episode. I think one of the things people don't realize is the first act where Buffy finds her mother was done in one take. And so we had a lot of rehearsals because it was just myself, a camera operator, a sound man, and one lighting gaffer. But we had to make because we went through the entire set. And so we had to make sure we had all of that down, no shadows, no this, that. And then it was just all done at once. But as the only child of a single mother, it was a really hard episode for me. It sounds like it might be Halloween.
One of them.
It's funny though. I've never seen that clip. I use the popcorn one. That's the one that's the gift that I use the most. I use the punching one a lot, and I use the I hate everyone. I mean, it's hard to pinpoint the biggest laugh of 7 years. I mean, there were so many. It's hard to sort of say there was one in particular. I think that, I know which episode I always love, it doesn't get enough attention, is, I don't forget what it's called. It's the one where it's the alternate world where Danny Strong's character is the most powerful person in the world. And it's so funny because now he is one of the most powerful people in Hollywood. And that was a funny episode, getting to like fawn all over Danny. And that episode doesn't get its due credit. I love that episode. Oh, I love The Gentleman. That's, I think, one of the scariest episodes ever. At first, I thought it was going to be so easy. Like, didn't have to learn any lines. And then you realize how difficult it is. It gave me a very big new appreciation for silent movies and how much easier it must have been when talkies started. And you realize, oh, it's so much easier to fill time. And it was much harder than I thought it was going to be. I think when I read the script, I knew then what she had the potential to be. And by the way, even seeing the first movie, I think the movie's underrated. I actually love the movie. It's different, and her Buffy story works better as a TV show than in a movie where you have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Where I realized she's really sort of that maker is now, is that 20 years later, that her story still resonates, and that it's still the same battle women are facing, and that you can still find, and not just women, young, gay children, anyone that's different, anyone that's not the norm. It was definitely hard, and that was actually the last day. We shot that scene. They still kept filming, but I was done. I wasn't the last. I don't think I really had a chance to process. I left the next day for Scooby-Doo, and so I didn't, which actually I think was a blessing at the time, because I didn't really have to process till later what my emotions were about it ending. But I'm so incredibly grateful, and with fondness, I get to have the chance to look back, to relive, and all of that. Yeah, I miss playing her. I mean, do I miss playing her, or do I miss her? I mean, you got to do it all. She was funny, she was dramatic, she kicked butt, what wasn't to like?
Dominique!